They loved playing with that thing. No. And there's a cat. Hold the cat and the cat scratching, so crying. Now, John is pulling Michael, see? That goes well. Right. And now he can't... Isn't it lovely? And that was a Vauxhall. Also a second hand. That was a good little car. Was in school uniform, May. The yard was cut. It was the same dress but without a belt. I think I had only 2 or 3 dresses. Or maybe 2 that were good enough for a photograph. Now that shed is now changed into a house. And when it was changed into a house and electricity connected, we got the same amount for it as the house. We sold it within a week, the house itself and that shed. And then we moved to Ruby Avenue, where we only were 3 months. Here we are with our horses. We had 2 horses. That is jogging and training on the property. It was a lovely property. And one of the horses indeed won us some money, for which we bought the TV years and years later that we used in Geelong. The other horse was all just money down the drain and effort and training. Jogging training, Kennington. Kennington. That was just removed now when I came, yes. Was just in Kennington, close to Lacey Street. I think it's staying there, but they have now another training ground. But this was the famous one. And if you go at 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock in the morning to the track, you get the tips. You find all those jockeys and owners and drivers there. And that is where Hubert got so interested in, because it was the suburb of the horse owners there. So when he started betting and trying to get tips, and eventually said, well, but I can do that too, training a horse. You get a good horse and you train it and you bet on it and you make a living. All those people do. Yeah, but it has to be, it is a very... That was a trainer of that horse. We took that horse and left it there. This is, I think, our yard. The yard that Hubert built. Oh, and there you've got those funny lizards. Blue tail lizard. And the kids had them on a rope. But one died and the other one we had to let it go because we didn't know what to feed it, how to keep it alive. We left it on a long rope. And this is a turtle with swimming with feet like a duck. A water turtle with a very long neck. And when that neck came through, you thought it was a snake. It was the first time we saw one. We thought, look at it, see? You see that coming out of the bush. You say, oh my God, snake. But they were water turtles. This is funny. It seems as if this is part of that Rottnest Island trip again, because those little films were only 3 minutes long. So if they've been connected in the wrong way, yeah. This is back on the trip to Rottnest Island. Either getting there or coming back to the mainland. Because those turtles and those horses, that was in Ruby Avenue on the last property. And we were only there 3 months. And then we left for Holland. It looks like, yeah, it's not Rotten's Island, is it? Now this is surfing, but where? This must be Victoria. This must be in Victoria somewhere, in Torquay or any of the beaches there. And this is a festival, yes, this is Victoria. Unless Ocean Grove, yeah, Ocean Grove, that's right. That's a beach place not far from Geelong. It's almost half an hour drive, 20 minutes drive. That's where the Pierces lived. Yeah, Anglesey, Ocean Grove, Lifesavers Carnival. Because when we arrived there, that's Pierce. Hey, that was Reg Pierce.
And his wife?
Probably was there too. It was just a short shot. John, Michael, the whole group. Pity there was a short shot. Now here we have little Hans. Hans, John. This is in Chilwell, the house on the river, in that backyard. And there is that lovely cat that later on died, got trapped in a rabbit trap. And that's me, Slim. Yeah, Frank, Hubert, the twins. Marcel left. And our budgie. And our dog. We got that dog from the poor from the dog house. Otherwise he would have been killed. It was a nice dog. Now you can see the difference. Michael left. John, Frank, Hubert, Marcel, and me, and Hans. That little drive is still there along the house, but they replaced the garage. Yeah, this is fantastic. I can't even remember. I probably have seen this film only once. That front veranda is built in, and that was the twins' room. See? That house. And here is the fact, that other house next to it. Here, cubby houses at the back. Trees where they fell out of. But a lovely place to play for kids. And behind those trees, the river. Marcel, Hans. That is a friend. But that house, that looks like Duke. I don't see May in this picture. Yes, this must be May. See, May was then... yeah, that's May. With her horse. The horse is still alive now. And Marcel wanted, of course, riding horses too. Well, here she was lucky that May let her sit on it. She just walks with it, wanted to be in the picture. And then later on Marcel, well, very shortly after this we got Marcel our own horse, Pinto. And they would go on few occasions together. This May again. With Shandy. Shandy was a good little hack. She pulls it up, see? Went to... That's in the time when she met Noel, who regarded her as a little kid. Here, Roger Pierce. The bloke on the right. Here's Hans with a little friend. Now that house is not there anymore. That's the house where the old ladies, the 4 old spinsters, lived. Now you go right through that gate and you find at the end that historical house where they make films, remember? So this is the end of the street, Fernie Street, and they turn now in our place. As Hans coming home from grammar school. They are the girls driving along from that side because of the sun and the thing. They're going to school, to the Hermitage. Both in uniform. And here, back somewhere on the beach, Ocean Grove probably. Yeah. Or Anglesey. Those beaches are pretty close by, and sometimes we went to one and then the other. I don't know who they were. Or him. Or them.
Friends, probably.
And what they were moving sand there, I don't know. And that's one of the beaches. Looks like Anglesey. Oh, this is on that land. The land of the mariners. I wasn't there. They had a property close to the sea, and once a year they opened that and they fished, and all the fish was running against their legs and they threw them out. They opened that lake of their property, and when that was running out into the ocean, they caught the fish. And Hubert was there too, with the boys. I was back home. I've only been once on that property. But the children still have contact with the boys. 2 sons. And I think one son went to the grammar school, boarding there. So that's how the friendship started. And then one son asked May to marry him, which she didn't do. But it was a very nice family, but May didn't want to become a farmer's wife all her life. Maybe if she had, that was him. That was Noel Mariner. He was a very nice bloke. And there he is with May on the property. And I think that is the day when he asked her to marry him. And they went off and talked for hours, and they came home very late. And Hubert was rather annoyed. He said they just disappeared and didn't come home in time, and I wanted to go back to Geelong. It was a long drive. Later on I found out that he tried to persuade May to marry him, and he said I'd get the property later with my brother. His brother was already married. And her loving horses, that was a big attraction, you see. She loved horses and she enjoyed going riding with him. But she didn't fall in love with him, so... Then not long after that she met Noel. And that took about 4 or 5 years before finally they married. May was just 21 when she married, and she met Noel when she was 16, 15, 16. In those clubs. Now that is, oh, that camel. A camel, yeah. 2 camels. Could have been a circus or something, and a donkey. Or an animal farm or something. But that looks like May. Yeah, that looks like May. Yeah, that's May. You can see in the profile.